Hey, what's up, guys? Just thought I'd make a quick video here talking about the PS4 and how I'm looking into getting one. Um, what made me decide to get one? Well, I finally had one of my friends who I actually still talk to and conversate with, because some of my other friends, they have the PS4, but I don't really talk to them. They're not even on my friends list. They're my friends in real life, but they're not on my friends list on PSN, so I don't really talk to them anymore, so I don't really give a shit what system they have because I don't play with them. But I finally had one of my friends who finally bought the PS4. For a while, I said I wasn't going to get the PS4, and to be quite frankly honest, had he not gotten the PS4, I probably still would have no interest in it. But I did want to go ahead and talk about getting the PS4, maybe what games I'm getting, maybe even could get games suggested to me to get. But to be honest, I love the PS3 because the PS3 for me it was such a big upgrade from the PS2, and the PS2 is already great. It already had great games, great library, and the PS3 not only did it eventually start getting good games around, I would say 2010 or so, because by that point you finally had the new Uncharted, or you had Uncharted 2, which was big hit for the system. You had Heavy Rain, and you had a few other games. Gran Turismo 5 finally came out in its full form. And I just liked the features of the PlayStation 3. In fact, I got my original PS3 in 2008. Took pretty much all the work I did at my job at the time. And I saved and saved and saved, and I finally got one. I literally had it down to the tax. I had $4 left, and I used that to go rent a game, and I rented Devil May Cry 4. And that was my first sort of experience with the PS3. I had it all summer, and then by the end of summer it broke. I called Sony, wanted to replace it. They didn't want to replace it. Or they said, send in a fucking form that they emailed me. And then I had to check what was wrong with it. And then they're like, your reason isn't good enough to send off. Even though the thing couldn't read discs anymore. It couldn't read DVDs, CDs, nothing. So I was kind of against Sony for a while with the PS3. But, so then I had Xbox 360. I thought that was okay. There were still games I didn't like playing on it. But I was just so pissed off at Sony at the time that I didn't care. And then, of course, my Xbox 360 red ringed in February of 2010. I even made a video on it. It's very old. You'd have to dig for it a little bit, but it's called, I think it's for my friends and subscribers, please help, or something. And it's actually got a picture of my 360 red ringed, and I might even link it in the description of this video. But, so, by that point, I was done with Xbox. I really didn't want to send my console off. Even though it had the warranty, I just didn't really feel like it. You know, and that was also at the time I was really getting into playthroughs and stuff. So I really didn't want to ship off for that. And so yeah, that's how that worked with the Xbox 360. So then I ended up getting the second PS3, which was the 120 gig Slim. And I had that clear up until October of last year when my Blu-ray drive died. I didn't send off for it. I just got a different one. I got a 120, or I've got a 160 gig fat PS3, and I've had that ever since. Someone was nice enough to basically let me borrow it until I could get another one, and until it breaks, I get to use it. So that's really nice. And so that's the version. That's the PS3 I'm using now. Then later that year, I ended up getting the gaming PC, or, you know, whatever, for Christmas. And then I used some of my Christmas money to upgrade it a bit. So I bought a few things, like a keyboard and stuff. And then I bought a graphics card, the R9 270X. So I was pretty much going to decide on gaming on PC. From pretty much then on, I figured I was just going to game on PC and eventually get a PS4. Until there was something that was going to be out for the system that I really wanted, or until one of my friends got one and really liked it, or something. There had to be a big catalyst for me to actually want to get one. but none of my friends had it really, so I didn't care about not having it. I was just going to stick with PC gaming for a while. There was also a lot of stuff with PC gaming where I wanted to change things up, and I wanted to actually be able to streamline a lot of the games on the PS3 that kind of ran shitty, and I wanted to get them running on the PC so I could have them. Plus, I wanted to, in case this PS3 broke, that I would still have these games to play on the PC. So that's sort of my history with the consoles as far as from last gen to this gen. Um, so why'd I get a PS4? Like I said, a friend of mine got one. He seems to like it, which I wouldn't doubt it for $400. I would hate to see someone say they hated it. Um, I haven't seen very many problems with the PS4, and I wanted to give it at least a year. I wanted to get one on launch. I think last year I made a video saying I wanted to get one on launch. And the only reason I wanted to get one on launch was because there was a few games for it that I really wanted, which was Watch Dogs and Drive Club, and or The Crew, if that was out by then. Now, I believe both of those games were supposed to come out. I know at least Drive Club was supposed to come out with a bundle. Then they delayed it for a whole year, and now honestly I think Drive Club looks like shit. I don't want Drive Club anymore. I've seen it now, and I'm like, what the fuck were you guys doing for a year? You know, but that's neither here or there. And then, of course, Watch Dogs wasn't as disappointing as Drive Club, but it seems a little disappointing. I will get it eventually, but I want to wait till it goes down a little bit more in price. So that's my opinion on Watch Dogs. So I had no real interest in any other game that was out, and all the games that were coming out were disappointing me. But, you know, now if I get one, I would love to play the new Uncharted game. I still have to play the third one and beat it for story purposes, but I have the first two Uncharteds, and I really enjoyed those. I really enjoyed Heavy Rain, so there's still going to be stuff I'm going to play on the PS3, like Beyond Two Souls. The guys who made Heavy Rain also made that, and I'm interested to play that. But the PS4, the only real game I want to play on it, other than like Uncharted, other than a game that's like not an exclusive or something that's not exclusive to that gen, uh, maybe Last of Us. But even that, I had no real interest in back in the day. I still really don't have an interest in it. But if it's a cheap enough game for the PS4, then sure. So it'll probably be a while before I actually get something that's current gen specific for the PS4. So, like, take for example Killzone. I have no interest in getting that game. I just don't have an interest in the Killzone franchise. So I have no real reason to want that game. Like I said, Drive Club I really wanted, but that disappointed me, so I don't have an interest in that anymore. And I'm sure there's going to be stuff down the line that'll come out. Little Big Planet doesn't interest me. A lot of Sony's exclusives, I'll be honest, do not interest me. God of War, never liked those games. The only games I really liked was Uncharted and Heavy Rain on PS3. I still liked the PS3 because of what it was as a console, and you know, having the other little perks like free online, it was nice to have. So I really didn't care that, even though the games I didn't necessarily like, even though I think Microsoft and Nintendo have better first-party games, I don't think their actual consoles are really that much better. They don't really offer me any features that I want. Xbox One, the only thing, like I've said before, I've ever wanted for that was Killer Instinct. And even then, that's like, what, a $20 game? I'm not going to get a whole system like that for that. And Uncharted still interests me, so I'm still interested in getting that. I'm not really sure what else I want to get. I mean, there's other games, but I don't know anything that's gen specific. Not just not just Sony specific, but just this generation specific, because they're still releasing a lot of stuff on the PS3. I don't think I would ever play something like Watch Dogs on the PS3, mainly because I just don't really like playing those big open world games on such an old console because I've seen the limitations of the PS3. Battlefield 4 is a game I enjoy on the PS3, and I'm gonna plan on getting it on the PS4. Um, that's probably gonna be one of the first games I get, just because I really do like it. Now I didn't like it back in the day, but I like it now, and I've been loving it on PS3, and I've been playing it, and I see just how much the PS3 struggles with Battlefield 4. So I'd like to get that on the newer system. Grand Theft Auto 5, I'd like to transfer my data over. I really wanted to just get that on PC, but to be quite frankly honest, if I had to transfer it over to one system, it would be the PS4, because I know a lot of my friends would be playing on PS4 versus the PC. So even though the PC has like the better resolution and textures, which even that I'm still kind of iffy on. I'm not really sure if that's going to be 100% true. But the fact that, uh, I don't know. I would just rather play it on the PS4 rather than the PC. I'll probably end up getting it on PC eventually anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. But I think for right now, it'll be fine to get on the PS4. Keep my interest. Then if there's a longevity and maybe I don't like the next Grand Theft Auto, like when Grand Theft Auto 4 came out, I didn't care for that game. I liked San Andreas a lot more. Even with the shittier graphics, I just liked the game more. I thought it played better. So I'd like to see Grand Theft Auto 5 do well, and I know I really like the game. So I would like to get it eventually. So I don't really know what my games are going to be on the PS4. First of all, it's going to matter if I get enough money at Christmas. I've already paid anything I need to pay off right now. Like recently, I bought my license sticker for my car. So that's over $100 right there, and I've already paid on that. So I really don't have too much more as far as expenses go. So really all it amounts to now is saving. I have about a quarter of the money saved. So as long as I just ask for money, I think, for Christmas this year, as well as maybe sell a couple things here, I think I'll have enough money to get the PS4. So, but I think that's really all I can say about the PS4. I don't know what games I'm gonna get. Again, it'll just depend on my budget. I don't know what current gen stuff I would actually get, because really a lot of the stuff I'm getting is I've already had it on PS3. But I don't want to take any big risks and spend 40, 50, 60 bucks on a game that I don't like. I'd rather just be like, oh, I like Battlefield 4 in its current state. So I wouldn't mind having that. Plus, premium, I'll probably just end up getting the premium edition for that. But just might as well. It's a digital only thing, so I don't really care if I have it or if I don't. I'll still probably end up getting that as premium edition. Grand Theft Auto 5 is definitely going to be a game I get. I hope it'll be at least a little bit cheaper. I hope there'll be some deals to where I can, maybe get the game for a better price, because I don't care about buying used games. I just care about buying used systems. I don't like buying used systems. I will never, ever buy a used system, because used systems are bullshit. And if you heard that, that was Facebook. So, but I think that's all I can say for this video. I don't really have much else to input. Um, I'm still disappointed in the fact that I have to pay for multiplayer. I think that's kind of shitty, because that on top of it also makes you pay another 50 bucks, And it's like, well, who the hell's going to want to pay, you know? I don't particularly care for it. Even though I think PlayStation Plus it's a nice feature, but I don't think it's worth implementing into the multiplayer. I think that's kind of bullshit. Yeah, I think it should still be free, but what can you do? And yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and close this video up because it's going on 15 minutes. Just wanted to give my opinion on that. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Take care, and we'll see you next time. Peace.